It's Saturday, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Shoe Saturday. We back again. But I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. I'll let my guest go ahead and introduce herself.
What's good, Sneaker World? It's your boy Jarvis. Major salute to my guy, Regular Man Irregular Dreams.
No, big shout out to you, bruh. You. Like the big Uncle Sam point. You. You know what I'm saying? Because, bruh reached out. You know what I'm saying? We follow each other on Google Plus. You know what I mean? He reached out, said he got some shoes. He want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? He cool, man. Down to earth dude, man. Those are people I'm definitely hoping to look forward to meet in the future to be a part of the Shoe Saturday family, man. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to bruh for wanting to be a part of the fam, bruh. But, let's kick this thing off.
Gonna do my top 5 sneakers out of my collection, plus a few honorable mentions.
Okay, this is my last time. I promise this is my last time. I'm gonna let bruh do his thing. I'm just gonna let y'all know now. Bruh, honorable mentions alone might be people top 5 shoes. It's real. It's real. But I'm gonna let him show y'all what I'm talking about. Like this whole episode is a chop. Chop.
That's good. I guess we go ahead and get into it. First sneaker, KD7 Pearl. Dope shoe. This is actually like the first KD7 that I actually thought was worth purchasing this year. I just like the details in it. A lot of details, really a lot of details. I mean, that alone right there, just that wing strap right there is what did it for me, you know. May not be a big deal to most, but for me, that's what sealed the deal for me. I've never seen a strap like that. And I really think that's dope that Nike did that, added that little flair to it. I like, you know, the wing detail into the gold Nike check. You know, of course, the gold accents on the tongue, and even the you know, the angel art. It's on the back of the tongue. Dope detail. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is on the back of Kevin Durant's back. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Overall, though, it's a great shoe, comfortable shoe, and it definitely turns heads. Well, I've only worn them once, but when I did wear them, I had a lot of people ask me when they came out. So, dope shoe, number 5, honorable mention. Next up, Retro 1 Mellow. Metallic gold, black nubuck, almost suede-like material. And just an overall clean shoe. Nothing that, you know, is flashy about it, and it's not plain as well. It's kind of you know, that in between. Something you can pretty much throw on when you just want to, you know, wear something out and kind of be fresh, you know. So these are dope. And I think this is kind of dope too. It's just a different look. You know, they usually have the Jumpman, but instead they did, you know, the mellow symbol that he's had for forever. So number 4. Retro 1 Mellow. Number 3. Yeah, I love this shoe. Air Jordan Retro 6 Brazil pack. Exactly, pack. That's my only gripe about the shoe. Well, it's really not the shoe. It's just the fact that Nike made me pay for a CP3 that we all know nobody wants. Nobody wants the CP3, but in order to get these, you had to buy those. So luckily, I knew somebody that plays ball, so that was right up his alley. I think I sold it to him for like under retail. I think it was like $100. I let him get it for like $100, but well, $100 that I could save in towards the purchase of these. But overall, man, it's a dope shoe, man. I mean, just that buttery suede. Good tumble leather, yellow insole, like that teal green Jumpman. And it's just the overall, man. It's just an overall nice shoe. And I have yet to get a chance to wear these yet. I was kind of hoping I'd get to pull them out this summer. But I know I'm gonna unds them this summer. Wear your shoes, folks. Please wear your shoes. You pay too much money for you not to wear them. So definitely gonna be undsing these here soon. Pretty much all I can say about this shoe. Next up, bam. As you can see, I'm a 6 guy. I love the 6s. The cigar retro cigar 6s, man, from the Champ Pack. I definitely love these, man. It's got the smooth but kind of like a distressed leather on it to I guess to simulate the look of a cigar, because the pack came with cigar and champagne, which are the two things that Jordan loved. He loved smoking cigars, which is why you got these. And whenever they won championships, they would celebrate with Moet champagne, which is why you got the green patent leather ones. I have those. I like these better, and also I like the fact that they simulated kind of like a Jordan brand championship ring. They usually when you first get them, they come up here. But in order to keep my lace lock, because I like the lace lock, so in order to keep my lace lock and show the ring, I just moved the ring down in order to keep the lace lock. To me, it looks better that way. Personal preference, don't sue me. But dope shoe, a lot of details. Oh, I forgot about this. And also, like on the inside, they did like kind of like a cork look for the insole. That's a little, little dope detail about the shoe. I think I've worn these a few times, and when I wear these as well, I get a lot of compliments and a lot of people asking what they are and when they came out. Again, there's not much more I can say about this shoe other than it's dope. Next and last of my honorable mentions is a shoe that could have been in my top 5, but I chose to go another route. But here we go. Bing! Air Jordan Retro 10 or Dornbecker, however you pronounce it, or short for DB, or shorten and just say DB10. I love Dornbeckers. I love what Nike does with that every year. I like the backstory behind the sneaker. It's a kid that designs these. Most of them are terminally ill in most cases, and I like the fact that Nike or Jordan Brand reaches out to the kids to let these kids design their own retro, release it to us. And I think majority, if not all the money they make from the sales of these shoes goes back to Dornbecker Hospital. Some of it goes back to the families of these kids. I don't know exactly how that works, but I know it's something of that nature. But overall, you can't beat the detail. And as you notice, I'm a detail guy. I like details in shoes. It makes me feel like whatever I'm buying is money well spent, You don't want to spend the kind of money Jordan Brand is charging these days for shoes and feel like you're getting crap. This shoe right here is definitely money well spent. Like I said, the details. From what I do know about these shoes, the camo accents that you see, you hear that kind of has like almost like a what's the word? Velcro type feel to it right here. But the camo look I think that comes from, the kid liked Call of Duty. I liked playing Call of Duty, so that's where the camo look comes from. And the kid, I think his particular disease was hemophilia. It's a disease where you bleed out, like you can't stop bleeding if you get a cut or something. So I think the red accents pay tribute to that particular disease. And the DP right here is, I think, is the initials for his name, which is Daniel Pena, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I think it is that. And also look at the bottom, man. It's a translucent bottom where you get that same effect on the bottom. I mean, that's dope. It's really dope. On the back, on the heel tab, you got, I think they said he liked motorcycles or dirt bikes, and I think that's where you get the tire tread from right there. And if you can see it, you get that same tread on the insole. And the laces it's black and red with 3M accents on it. I mean, like I said, the details on any DB is always on point, man. That's what I like about them. Most people either love these shoes or they hate them. But either way, they always sell out and they always resell for like outrageous prices. I wouldn't pay it, but you know how the sneaker game goes these days. But yeah, man, dope shoe. Now it's time to get into the top 5, man. This was hard to kind of lock down, but I got the top 5 that's my top 5, that I find are the dopest as of right now in my collection, because my top 5 changes from time to time. Like I may say, you ask me tomorrow, I may say the Space Jam 11 is the best Jordan of all time. Ask me 2 weeks from then, I may say the Bread 4s. If you're really into sneaker culture and you ask what you call quote unquote sneakerheads, I hate that terminology, but quote unquote sneakerheads, it changes. It changes with something else hot might drop. Then that might be his favorite shoe. Then something else might drop, or he might be feeling a little nostalgic and he might want to go back to an OG style. So right now, this is my top 5.
This shit crazy. Crazy. Like, I ain't even gonna talk y'all head off.
Number 5 on my list, another 6. The Slam Dunk Retro 6s. I think these came out in October or November, can't remember. But man, this shoe right here is hard to me. Like, man, this is a dope shoe. No, I say dope a lot. I know I do, but I'm just being real, man. That's the only word I could think of when I see this shoe. From the detailing, like the detail on this shoe is ridiculous. Get a glimpse of that. The shoe was made off of a what they call a Japanese manga. That's what Japanese people call a comic book is a manga. So
y'all do me a favor, please. If y'all see bruh in the streets, don't run up on him. He slapping the fuck out that shoe, boy. He'll slap the piss out your ass now. Bro would have been a pimp of the decade back in the days. But let me shoot back out to bro.
Edit out that last part, bro. Everything about the basketball team that was talked about in the manga was simulated to Chicago Bulls. The main character, which I can't remember his name, simulated Michael Jordan. The teams had the same colors as the Bulls. The player had similar powers as Michael Jordan. And that's where you get the number 10, because his jersey number in that particular cartoon was number 10. So that's where the 10 comes from. The way the shoe is made, the shoe tells the story. It tells a story of that comic or manga all on the shoe. Now, where you start reading and where it finishes, I don't know. But that's not the point, though. The point is that they thought to do that and put it on the shoe. And that's fly within itself. And man, I really have no complaints about this shoe, man. None at all. It's just an overall good quality shoe, good looking shoe. And I haven't seen these on feet too much. I've seen these on TV, but me personally, I haven't seen them on feet. Personally, I've only seen me with them, and like I said, someone on TV. But if you're in the market, if you got a little cash to spend and you're looking for a nice shoe to buy, this should definitely be on your list to try to cop, man. And I think it'll be a one of a kind. Okay, let's go to number 4 on my list. Number 4 on my list. Bam. You know what this is. Air Jordan Retro 11. Who don't love this silhouette, The silhouette of the people. Kids, mothers, fathers, everybody loves 11s. That's a shoe. If it says Retro 11, it's a guaranteed sellout. I don't care what color it is. But for me, this shoe, the reason why I made my top 5 is because I've wanted this shoe for years. A lot of people don't know that Jordan Brand has what they call a Pantone pack, and that's been out for years. And it was never available to the public. Only people that got these were sneaker collectors that's got connections with Nikes or someone with a boatload of money that's willing to spend thousands of dollars to get their hands on a sample. So over the years, seeing samples, seeing seeing pictures of the collections, seeing different major shoe collectors on YouTube post videos about them, I always wanted this shoe out the collection, and I always said if I ever had a chance to get my hands on this shoe, I would. Luckily, they released them during the holidays, and I couldn't believe that they were doing it, but they did. Now, the only downside to this story is, what did Nike do? They pulled a Brazil 6 move on me, which is, if you want this shoe, you got to get the Jordan 29. Bruh. Who in the hell wants the Jordan 29? Nobody wants the 29, bruh. Nobody wants that shoe. Everybody wants this shoe. Now, what I will say is if they would have dropped this shoe with another retro out Pantone collection at the same time, over. Like, let's not even talk about it. That would have been the greatest drop of all time. But I guess that was too much like right. So Nike said, what we're going to do is going to make you pay for the 29 to get this. And again, luckily, I knew someone that likes the 29s. I mean, I know a guy that actually loves the 29. And it's not a bad looking shoe. The 29, the 29 from this pack is not a bad looking shoe at all. And I was actually going to keep it because it wasn't a bad looking shoe, but I actually knew someone that he sought me out to buy them. So, and I actually sold it to him for under retail. I sold it to him for like $150, I think. And I think the 29s retail for $200, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, if I can just get something back towards purchasing these, that's a good day. So I think I charged them $150. Well, I know I charged them $150, and I got my shoe. I'm happy, but overall, dope shoe, Pantone. Can't go wrong with these, ever. Number 3. Bing! Now this particular Dornbecker release was the first time I seen people like, I guess the general thoughts of them kind of split. Like most places I was following, like Instagram, Twitter, sneaker websites that I go to, the general consensus and views on these were kind of split. Like either you loved them or you hate them. And when I first seen them was when how whenever a shoe gets ready to release and they start getting the early picks, they're always, I don't know why, they're always grainy and kind of foggy looking. You're like, what the hell is that? They kind of look good, but they kind of don't. I really can't tell. So you're trying to judge how a shoe looks off a horrible pick. So what I did was I held judgment on these to actual real actual picks dropped, and when I saw them, I fell in love. The reason why I fell in love with this shoe is because to me, like the Retro 8 is like the forgotten retro to me. Like Jordan Brand does a lot with ones, not so much with twos. Definitely 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. And the list goes on, but you never really see them do anything major with an 8. And I think that was the problem with a lot of people. It's like, why the hell did they use an 8 for the DB? Why didn't they do a DB 11 on? Which, in a way, I feel them on that because that a DB 11 would be dope, but I thought it was dope that they chose to use the 8 because, to be totally honest, I don't own many 8s. I think I own the Aqua 8s. That's it. But that's truly my only favorite 8. So these right here, a definite plus to add to my collection, and also it being an 8 it would add some more diversity to my collection because I have 12, 13 of the same. I have 12, 13 fours, 15 fives. You know what I'm saying? So I thought this would, give my collection a little bit more diversity and, a unique look. And overall, man, it's a dope shoe. Like the details in this shoe are the craziest I've seen on a DB in a long time. All these flakes right here that you see, all that glows in the dark. Turn the lights off, they light up like a Christmas tree. Right here on the inside, that's the name of his brothers. I think that's the name of his brothers, if I'm not mistaken. What else? The fingerprint or the thumbprint. I think that's the kid's thumbprint or fingerprint. Can't remember which one. The holograms on both sides is tempered glass. Tempered glass on the shoe. It's dope. Inside, the hologram that's here is what's on the insole. The cobra tongue right here. That on the back side of the tongue, man, look at the bottom. That is definitely crazy to me. Like, I've never seen that on the bottom of a Jordan. Like, that kind of detail, man, like, this made the shoe well worth trouble I went through the cop. And let me tell you a story on how I copped these, man. It was crazy. On release day, they released on Nike.com, the site crashed. So, generally speaking, when the site crashes, you have to wait till it uncrashes, then you try to cart your shoes. Well, in my particular case, I carted the shoe before it crashed. Right when I was getting ready to check out, the site went down, so I couldn't check out. So I freaked out. I was like, oh man, I missed out on them. Because generally speaking, when they crash and you're in the middle of checking out, when it uncrashes, the shoes are out of your cart. Because by that time, Nike's pulled them out because you took too long to check out. So the site was crashed for like forever. So I had pretty much gave up. Like, I had gave up all hope of snatching these. So, at that point I was kind of mad. I got off my computer. I was like, the hell with it. Maybe I can get them later. Somebody will charge me a buttload of money, and maybe I could work out a deal. Maybe I could sell a shoe. You know how it goes. You know what us sneaker people do to try to get sneaks that we missed out on. So I said, man, let me try one more time before I go back to sleep, because at that point I was really in my feelings at that point. I was like, man, you know what? Let me try one more time before I go back to sleep and try to sleep this anger off. I get back on my computer and I try to add to cart. It didn't work, but at the very top, I seen the cart, like something was in my cart. So I go click on the shoe sitting there. And I'm like, oh man, still. So I hurry up and check out. And I still didn't believe that I got them, even though I had checked out. And then when I got the email from Nike, when you order from Nike online, you get an email a few minutes later saying, we received your order, processing. And I got the email. I couldn't believe I got them, but that's how I got them, man. So just a little backstory to this shoe, because I went through something to get these. So number 3, dope shoe. Number 2, bam, one of the favorite shoes out of my collection. This is definitely top 2, real talk, of my collection. I don't think that'll ever change, simply because of the backstory on these. If you know anything about the Quad 54 Jordans, these aren't released in Europe. Now, I'm ex-military. Salute to all my vets out there. And at one time I was stationed in England. And I still, luckily, by this time when they came out, I had been discharged from the military, long gone. But luckily I still kept in contact with military buddies and even some of the civilians that I met while in England. And when I found out that these were only releasing in Europe, I reached out. And I had a military buddy that had just got stationed there maybe like a few months earlier. And I messaged him at the time. I think it was on the Yahoo Instant Messenger. Does anybody still use that now? But back then we were using Yahoo Instant Messenger. So I messaged him, and he hit me back. And I was like, man, some Jordans that's coming out, and I want you to get them, but they're only releasing in Europe. You'll have access to getting them before I will. And he said, okay. And now, mind you, my buddy, he's not really into sneakers at all. Actually, he's not into sneakers at all. He's more of a slacks type of guy. So he's like, man, I don't know the first thing about going about copping these. But he said, let me reach out to one of my coworkers that's really into sneakers, and maybe he knows, and I'll get back with you. So maybe a day or two passes by, he hits me back. He's like, I can get you those shoes. You would need to pay me. I would pay my coworker. My coworker will pay a civilian he knows to go get them. And from him, he'll give them back to my coworker. Coworker gives them back to me, and I'll mail them to you. So at the time, my head is spinning like, what the hell? Like, I got to go through all this to get these shoes. So to get the ball rolling, I wired him the money. And he then in turn gave it to his coworker. And then his coworker got the money. And then his coworker came back and said the guy wanted 80 pounds to do it. Now, if you know anything about European money or pounds, you know, it's basically double. So if he wanted 80 pounds, it's basically 160 American dollars. So I ended up wiring him like another 170, 175. I can't remember. It's been years ago now. Just to pay the guy out so he could go get them. I do all that. The guy that's supposed to get them gets the money. Now, this is the crazy part. Now, the guy was going to London to go get them. Now, where the base is, it's maybe like an hour away from London. The town that's around the base, where the civilian was from, was right outside the base. So he had to drive to London to go get the shoes. The guy's car breaks down on the way there. So, yeah, like it gets better. The guy's car breaks down on the way there. So not only did I pay all this extra money, then the guy's car break down. Now, the guy that's broke down on the side of the road calls my buddy's coworker, say, hey, I'm broke down on the side of the road. I'm not gonna be able to go get the sneakers. So the guy, the coworker, my friend's coworker, he's at work. He can't leave. You know, if you know anything about the military, you just can't up and leave whenever you feel like it. So he made another call. This guy just so happened, he's a fellow soldier. He so happened to be on leave with his girlfriend in London. So, but the guy didn't have the money to buy me the sneakers. So my buddy told his coworker, you work it out with them, I'll pay you, and I'll get my buddy, which is me, to pay. So all in all, when it's all said and done, well, the guy got the sneakers while he was in London. Luckily, thank God. He got them. But all in all, when it was all said and done, for this pair of sneakers right here, I end up paying right at almost $400 in all. In all, almost. I wouldn't say 400, probably about 350, 400. But just to get these back, if you include all the shipping costs to get it back in the States, the what do you call it, the customs things, right at or right under $400. So crazy backstory to these sneakers, but overall a dope shoe. The lime green bottom, dope. The metallic shark teeth right here. And the lime green eyelets right here on the side. Man, it's just overall, it's a dope shoe, a very exclusive shoe, a very hard to get shoe. If you're able to get these or cop these at a decent price, because think the prices now on these are kind of outrageous, but if you can get a good deal on these, definitely cop these because these are special. These were only released in Europe and didn't even come stateside. So if you get a chance to get these, most definitely try to cop, man. So these are why it's number 2. After that long story, these are number 2. This shoe right here, man, this in my opinion is the dopest Jordan I've seen. I mean, in all the Jordans. Now, this is my opinion. You may not agree with me, but in my opinion, this is the dopest Jordan seen to be made at this point. And the number 1 shoe. Are we ready? Yes, sir. The Air Jordan 5 Dornbecker, or DB5 for short. This shoe, man, Jordan spared no expense on the detail of this shoe, man. This shoe right here this is like the Mona Lisa of my collection, in my opinion. Because not only is the backstory like deep, but the details, it's crazy, man. Like the video that I'm doing right now doesn't give this shoe enough justice. This is one of those shoes you have to see in person to respect. Like you definitely have to see this shoe in person. Like it's a dope shoe, man. And I can go on and on about the details, but let me start somewhere. If you get up close, you see the words on the side of the shoe are going throughout the shoe, and it's all done in patent leather. Now, what you don't know about the words on the shoe is that it's a poem that the boy I think his name is Isaac. I can't remember his last name, but his name is Isaac. It's a poem that the kid wrote before he died, and that's part of the backstory. The kid that designed the shoe died, and I think this shoe really honors his life, real talk, and what they decided to do, because I think the kid died before the shoe actually released. So in order to honor him, the kid had wrote a poem before he died, a really nice poem, and what they decided to do was use the words of the poem all over the shoe. And also what they did, let me show you, which is really dope, which is a really dope detail about this shoe. 1 second. On the insole is the poem in full. Is the poem in full that he wrote. You can literally read it, and it's very dope. Like it reads, "My team, my family, I'll die for them. I'll die for baseball. My team, my family, we are brothers forever. No matter what, we trust each other. I'll die for basketball. I have died once. I can die again. I would do anything to play basketball. My team all call each other family. We spend time together." Man, it just goes on and on, man. This is really dope what they did for this boy and his family to honor his life. And this shoe right here really shows that. Now, mind you, all of this, the words that you see here, all this glows in the dark. So when you turn the lights off, the words of the poem light up like a Christmas tree. The soul lights up. The inside is leather. On the back tongue, it has his life. It says his initials, IWA. and underneath that it has, you know, his day of birth, which is 9/1/1999, and he died April 20th, 2012. It has that on the back. Now, with me having a son that's 4 years old, I don't, you know, I couldn't imagine losing my son to an illness, you know. So for me, it touched my spirit because I have a son, and I don't know how I would handle it if God forbid my son had gotten ill and passed away. So knowing all of that, and just looking at, you know, the amount of detail that they put into this shoe, man, it's crazy. And I think the 31 is his basketball number, and on the other shoe, I think the 9 is his baseball number. So the two numbers are for the different sports that the kid played, that Isaac played. So this right here holds the crown as the #1 shoe in my collection. Dope. And again, major shout out to my boy Regular Man Irregular Dreams. Again, I thank you for giving me the platform to share my thoughts and my collection with the rest of the sneaker family. Everybody be safe. Everybody stay blessed. And remember, never look down on a man unless you're picking him up. In the words of my man, go!
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's so many shoes that you can't even get. Like, that's crazy. You know how some people might need a part 2? Like, I know my homeboy Pete might need a part 2. And a few people that already went might need a part 2. And we only a month in. I got a feeling we might see him again, man. It's crazy. Crazy. But big shout out to Jarvis from Arkansas, man. Big shout out. I got his Instagram name. Go follow him. Go hit him up. Tell him what you like. You know what I'm saying? It's upper echelon, upper UPPA _ echelon. You know what I'm saying? So go follow him on Instagram. Anybody who participated so far on Shoe Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Go follow him. I'm pretty sure he'll follow you back. What I want to do, man, I want to really build a family atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? For everybody who participates, you know what I'm saying, and join the family, you know what I mean? Like I said, some people too cool for likes and comments and, you know what I'm saying, following people and stuff like that. So hopefully I don't have none of those people on the show, man, because I ain't even that type of person, and I don't even want that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Or people who look down on other collections and things like that. But big shout out to Jarvis again from Arkansas, man. I had a couple people reach out to me, but this is the first person who ever reached out, you know what I'm saying, who made a video so far. I mean, I know everybody got lives and things like that, so hopefully I can get everybody on that want to be a part. But he was the first, man, so big shout out to him and join the Shoe Saturday family. Now, if you've been following so far, on my first episode, which was so horrible, I did so bad, man. I did so bad. I look back like, oh my God, I took 10 minutes to say my closing. But I was new, man, so anybody who wants to participate, I understand that you may be nervous to get in front of the camera, but I can edit everything out. I got you. I'm telling you, I got you. I'll hook you up. But I was saying that I'm a shoe lover, not a sneakerhead, in my opinion. I know a lot of people call me a sneakerhead, but you know, I don't really go for that. I'm a humble person, to be honest with you. But what it is to be a sneakerhead, in my opinion, was somebody who actually knows about the shoes, knows the backstory about the shoes. They see a shoe and know damn near things about it that hardly nobody else does. That's what a sneakerhead is to me. And that's what I feel like bruh is, even though he said he's not a sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? It's only a few people who actually know about shoes and know the things about them. And I always call those people sneakerheads. And most of the time, those people don't even want to be called sneakerheads. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just my opinion on it. Not just somebody who just buys shoes that everybody else wants. You know what I mean? But big shout out to Jarvis again from Arkansas, man. Y'all know how we got to end this thing. Always remember to never wake up without dreaming, but no matter where you go in life, always remain the same. Regular man, irregular dreams. Gone. Check the shirt out, man. If y'all want one of these shirts, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? They on sale right now. I can get you straight. PayPal and all that. This is one of the Grammage collection shirts. And after I stopped talking, I thought it would be dope to show a version of the shoe that he was talking about, the #1 shoe that glows in the dark, so y'all can see the words on it. So check this out. See y'all next week.